The series Medaka Box is a peculiar one. It started off in a completely different place than it ended, and its evolution can be attributed to the brilliant author most well known for the Monogatari series, Nishio Ishin. Nishio Ishin and Akatsuki Kira teamed up to create a one-shot in the magazine, Jump Next, of February 2019, in hopes it would get picked up for a full serialization. A couple months down the line, in April 20th, it was revealed in Weekly Shonen Jump that Majin Tante Nogaminiro would be ending its run in the magazine and that Medaka Box had been picked up for a serialization, with author Nishio Ishin and artist Akatsuki Akira reprising the roles from the one-shot. The manga started with a rocky start, defining itself as a slice-of-life comedy, something Weekly Shonen Jump is not known for publishing. Fortunately for the series, the popular manga D. Gray Man ended its run in Weekly Shonen Jump, the very same magazine Medaka Box started, giving Medaka Box some room to survive in the highly competitive magazine. It seemed as though the manga would be cancelled by the time it reached its 8th chapter, but on its 6th week of serialization, Eyeshield 21 ended its run, keeping the series safe from getting dumped by the magazine despite poor ratings. The manga received even more help from outside sources. As of August 31st, 2009, the popular series To Love Ru ended its run in the Shueisha magazine, leaving more breathing room for Medaka Box to thrive. Out of all the series that started around the same time as Medaka Box, titles including Kagijin, Akaboshi, and Wajimania, Medaka Box ultimately triumphed and survived the purge of manga series in the magazine. The closest out of the three in terms of popularity and sales was Akaboshi, but in the end, it wasn't able to outdo Medaka Box's early success. Another manga Medaka Box had to compete with for survival was Anedoki. Anedoki did fairly well in the first few chapters, but its ratings tanked as the series went on, while Medaka Box was able to stay in a relatively nice spot, usually ranking around the top 5 of the magazine. Although Anedoki's first volume ended up selling better than Medaka Box's second volume, 93k versus 82k, Shueisha had already decided to can the series, as Medaka Box had already proven itself that it could sell well to justify keeping it in the magazine. Whereas at the time of cancellation, Anedoki was a clear gamble. Medaka Box had a lot in its favor, overselling Shueisha's initial 100k print for the volume, forcing the publishers to reprint the volume due to its unexpected success. Anedoki was also cancelled because Hunter x Hunter was continuing its serialization coming off of a hiatus, and one of the series had to go to make room for the resounding success that is Togashi's manga. Medaka Box continued to prove its success as its third volume sold 96k copies within 2 weeks, compared to Anedoki's 56k. After Anedoki's fall, Weekly Shonen Jump received many other series such as Neko Wappa, Kanata 7 Change, Relienthal, and Hokenshitsu no Shinigami, which ranked lower than Medaka Box, giving Medaka Box the much-needed room to breathe the fresh air of a continuing serialization. Throughout the year of 2010, Medaka Box continued to sell well, volumes selling numbers close to the mainstay series of the magazine, such as Kuroko's Basketball and Beelzebub. In the year 2010, Medaka Box had its first transformation of genre, switching from a comedic slice of life to a typical battle manga Weekly Shonen Jump is known for serializing. With this shift in tone came an influx of readers, and expanded the series to new heights. While the series still sold well throughout the year of 2011, other comparable series such as Kuroko's Basketball, Toriko, and Beelzebub all saw a boost in sales, whereas Medaka Box saw minimal growth. The series was kept afloat as the sales weren't dropping. However, Medaka Box never expanded its success like its other Weekly Shonen Jump counterparts. Meanwhile, the manga's had another shift in tone, shifting from its generic battle anime to one which satirically comments on many of the manga which run in Weekly Shonen Jump, poking fun while abusing all the tropes of battle manga. On October 3rd, 2011, what cemented Medaka Box's place in history, Weekly Shonen Jump announced the series has been picked up for a televised anime adaptation. No info on who would produce the series and when it would air was given. However, the news alone meant that Medaka Box had shown enough promise to warrant receiving its own anime. On November 20th, 2011, Weekly Shonen Jump announced Gainax, well known for their series Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann and Neon Genesis Evangelion, would be producing the anime adaptation for the series. That's not where it stops for new Medaka Box series, as the magazine also stated the manga would be receiving a novel, but no details were given at that point in time. The following week, Nishio Ishin and Akatsuki Akira teamed up to write a spin-off manga called Good Loser Kumagawa, which was published in Jump Next. The series Good Loser Kumagawa was never officially picked up, but also was never officially dropped until the end of Medaka Box's main run. Medaka Box started its anime run on April 4th, 2012, picked up for online distribution by Crunchyroll and Sentai Filmworks. Sentai Filmworks also announced they would distribute the anime on home video, giving Western audiences their first opportunity to purchase the series in any form, as the novels and manga had not been licensed in the Western countries before then. During the initial airing of Season 1, Nishio Ishin released 2 novels based off the manga series. Nishio Ishin also stepped in and wrote the script for the first season's finale. After the initial 12 episodes ran, it was unclear whether the anime would receive a second season, despite the tease near the end of the 12th episode. However, on June 25th, 2012, Weekly Shonen Jump revealed the second season of the anime had been greenlit, and would later be titled Medaka Box Abnormal. Medaka Box Abnormal started its television run on October 10th, once again picked up for digital distribution by Crunchyroll and Sentai Filmworks. 2 more novels got published during the second season's run, this time based around Kumagawa, and tied to the spin-off, which had its run in Jump Next the previous year. The final episode of Medaka Box Abnormal also tied into Good Loser Kumagawa, and was written once again by Nishio Ishin. Medaka Box Abnormal concluded its run, and soon after, on April 22nd, 2013, Weekly Shonen Jump announced the manga series would be reaching its climax. The spin-off manga Good Loser Kumagawa would also at the same time end its run in Jump Next. The following week, the final chapter of Medaka Box Chapter 192 was published in Weekly Shonen Jump, making the end of the series' run in the magazine. Medaka Box's final manga sales came to a total of $5.18 million, a decent sum for the series predicted to fail. The manga was never serialized in North America, but did make its way over into a couple European countries. Just when the series had been thought to have been dead, on September 24th, 2013, Sentai Filmworks released the first season of Medaka Box with an English dub, something that at the time, they hardly did. 4 days later, they also announced that Medaka Box Abnormal would receive an English dub and release on January 21st, 2014. Medaka Box received its last novel, released on October 4th, 2013, covering Medaka's life in middle school. The series lived on through other media such as J-Star's Victory Versus, Jumpity Heroes, and Weekly Shonen Jump Or Collection. While the series itself may have not left a remarkable print in the manga world, its ability to triumph and survive when all odds seem to be against it leaves it in a position where it can say it was successful.